Warning, this podcast contains grown-up subjects and big boy words. It is intended for adults only, but we won't tell on you if you don't tell our grandmas how many swears we did.
Welcome to Only Mostly Thread, where three creative professionals thread our way through the frightening force of peculiar posts, attempt to answer curious questions, and dive deep into Reddit's reserves, all to bring something special to you. I'm your friendly neighborhood filmmaker, Devin Hoy.
That was different. I like it. I'm your metal musician and resident asshole who likes to call people out, Lily Taylor.
I'm your rambling writer and, as always, hostess with the mostest anxiety, Sarah.
Ooh,
told you guys coming in hot this week.
So cute.
Coming in hot. Although I like how Lily is the resident asshole at the beginning of every single one, but I feel like the ratio of am I the assholes where I'm like, yes, they are, and you guys are like, no, is pretty high.
Just because I am an asshole doesn't mean I think everybody else is an asshole.
True.
Just saying.
Right.
I guess
you're
that's
just
fair.
calling them out.
It gives me a new perspective where I rate them on a scale of me to like other people.
Oh, so the more
So if I
asshole
would
you
do
are-
it, maybe they're not an asshole. No, I'm just kidding because I've already said that I am. So that doesn't make sense.
you have the insight on the metric.
Right.
Right. She's like our asshole consultant. Our expert
As opposed to
asshole
someone who's just
consultant.
an asshole consultant.
Expert asshole. I like that.
Hey, I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get to nut, what is the angriest kind of nut?
Yeah, I don't know.
I could only think of three kind of nuts. Okay. Macadamia nut, pine nut, peanut,
Walnut, cashew.
cashew, almond.
Do you give up? Because now you're just listing nuts.
Well, how could any of them be? Well, I'm trying to figure out how they're angry.
We're trying to figure out the joke. Let us dissect this, Devin. God.
Yeah.
Nothing's better for
Give us a
humor
minute.
than dissecting it.
This is why I hate jokes. I can't analyze them.
You heard it here, folks. Anytime your name is listed on something, there'll just be a dash hates jokes.
What is it, Dev?
Yeah.
A pistachio.
Oh, God damn
Oh
it.
my
I bet we
God, that's the one I was trying to think of. I was like, what's the one that I snack on all the fucking time and I can't remember the name.
I bet we could have
That's
gotten
the
there
one.
if we weren't shamed into not.
Well, yeah,
Getting
you
there.
can solve.
But if I'm being honest, even if I thought of the word pistachio, I never would have made the connection. I would have been like,
Yeah, because you wanted to
pistachios.
pronounce it like pistachio.
Right.
True.
Like a
Fair.
But
weird
also-
person.
To knock down Sarah's point for a second, you can solve any riddle that is which one of these finite number of things is the thing by listing all of the things.
You want to know how much I hate jokes and puzzles? I don't hate them, but they make me really mad. I feel like a pistachio every time. Last night, Hunter and I got in a literal argument, and I didn't even want to have an argument because I didn't even want to talk because I have a throat thing that hurts my throat when I talk. But let me just tell you the story. So last night, Hunter was like looking on TikTok or something, and I guess he came across a riddle. And it was like, or like a logic puzzle. And he was like, you want to help me solve a logic puzzle? And automatically I had flashbacks to third grade advanced math that arguably I shouldn't have been in. And we had to solve logic puzzles. I don't know if I just lack logic? I end up like going way too far outside the box and just like, for example, like the whole like ice pick thing, or the like guy who stands on the ice cube and that's how he hangs himself. You know, that puzzle, that logic puzzle.
Oh.
There's
There's
I've
a
heard
lot
that
of
one.
logic puzzles where murder happens
Oh,
or
yeah.
death happens because of ice. Because there's the one where there's no murder weapon. He got stabbed with an icicle.
Oh, I remember
Right.
that one.
Well, I was just like, I don't know, maybe like a rabid animal like ate through the floorboards and came in and ate this person to death. I don't know. Anyway, so this logic puzzle, it was just math. Like it had this whole setup. It was like people on death row and they could maybe get pardoned if they like solve this riddle, and it was like 100 people. They have to like go in a room and flip a light switch, and like they go through it like once a day. Like one person gets to pick. It's almost like a lottery, and they get to walk in and maybe flip this light switch in this empty room. And this is how these prisoners, 100 prisoners, are supposed to figure it out. Something with like light switch flipping. Anyway, I'm thinking outside the box. I'm like trying to figure out ways this could work. I'm like, well, can you see, like, are there windows in this room? Can all the other prisoners like see it or whatever? The answer was a formula. It was like 3nx, something that like a person who isn't a mathematician would never come to. That's not logic. And I got really mad.
What?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like logic. I think the person who wrote that book probably doesn't understand the difference between logic and math.
I think so too.
Yeah. Riddles shouldn't be
equations
things that you could do.
I feel like a logic
school.
puzzle is figuring out that the guy got stabbed with an icicle. Like, that's a logic puzzle because you have to work it out. It's not like a math situation where you have to figure out the formula. Like, that's not the same.
Yeah, I'm not a stats mathematician.
Yeah, mathematicians, you can fight us on this because whatever, but we're gonna say that you're wrong, so it is what it is.
It pistachioed me off.
I suppose it is time to nut, which for anybody who doesn't know or forgot, NUT stands for Nuclear Unit Tussle, which is a game show that's 100% original and not influenced by anything, where we look at Ask Reddit threads and try to guess the top answer. Or if you imagine that the commenters on the Reddit posts are a survey, we would see what the survey says in this original game that we made up.
I think they get it. Don't need to solve this like a logic puzzle here.
Here we go. This part gets cut out when I send the link. Look, there's a cat.
Hi, Clyde.
Maybe this part doesn't get cut out because we got to see Clyde.
I'm glad I swallowed my soda really loudly.
This part gets cut out? Oh, that's
Please.
good.
I took the opportunity.
I can't wait to swallow big. Glug, glug, glug.
All right. Who's reading this one?
I'll do it, sure. This is posted by user Manacophago. They ask, which TV show takes a while to get really good?
I'm going to say Doctor Who. Because we're watching it right now, and it takes like, it doesn't.
It doesn't even take a whole season.
But British television is different, and each episode is an hour. So it takes a while to get to. It takes like 6 or 7 hours to get good. That's it's an investment of time.
A lot of TV episodes are an hour, like NCIS and stuff.
NCIS, I think, is 45 minutes, though. That 15 minutes makes a big difference.
The Sopranos is a full hour.
I'm pretty sure
Doctor Who episodes,
they're a full
hours?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're a full hour.
It depends if they were like made for streaming or for network TV. Like if they don't need any
BBC.
commercial breaks.
Well, it's BBC, so it's different. Because Sherlock was longer as well, if you recall.
True, it's not American television.
Maybe they just do different blocks in British television.
2018 to present, 50 minutes.
Wow.
Told you.
Maybe they just have shorter commercial breaks because America is the capitalism home.
I'm going to look up NCIS episode length now because I'm curious. 39 to 44 minutes. Keeping in mind that some of that are commercials. So,
Well, no, it takes up an hour block. It's that many minutes to be an hour block with the 15 to 20 minutes of commercials.
Well, I don't know. I call shenanigans.
No,
yeah, like a 42, usually like an hour long slot has like 42 minutes or something.
Just because this is what you guys do and know about doesn't mean that I should trust you that you know more than I do about something that I don't do for a living. Said anyone in America ever.
When you're binging The Office or Community or something, you can usually get about 3 episodes in per hour because they're half-hour slots, which makes them 20 to 22 minutes.
Boom.
True.
Roasted.
The only other thing I can think
Boom, roasted.
that takes a while to get good is Star Trek, and I don't know that that's going to be on this list.
This is the internet.
I feel like it could. I'm thinking Parks and Rec. I don't know if that's.
Dang it! That was my answer.
Sorry, Dev. You know why I chose this? Because I have a vivid memory of Devin telling me you just got to get through the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Or like the first season.
I feel that I feel that way a little bit about The Office, too.
A lot of people
honest.
do, but I could never because I love season 1 and 2.
But
the only one I don't like is the pilot. It
took a while to get hooked because, and they talk about it, I think, in the podcast that they do. I know there's a couple of them, but
Office Ladies.
Thank you. I was like, I can't even think of anything right now because my brain is broken.
Love that podcast.
So good. But I think they talk about it on there where like the feedback was kind of like, I guess, more inconsistent until they made Michael like a more
that's true
humanized character.
Yeah, and he got hair plugs, and they tied his like neck, like the neckline of his collared shirt. They brought it down a little bit so it wasn't like squeezing him and making him look a little bit like stuffier. Yeah. I'm gonna say The Office because I feel like that has a better shot of being on here. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Sarah, I have a funny story to tell you.
Oh, good. On the pod?
No, I just meant in general in life.
On the pot?
On the pot.
On the pod.
So I ordered this candy on Amazon, as I do sometimes, because I like candy a lot and it's expensive from the store. So I like to...
No store can fulfill the quantities of candy that Lily requires.
I like to buy it in bulk, and I'm not even kidding. So I ordered these like big Sour Patch Kid bags that I thought were going to be like this big.
I knew you were going to say Sour Patch Kids.
And this happened. They're like the size of my head.
Wow. How long will it last you?
A couple weeks. But there are 4 of them.
One bag of Sour Patch Kids can fulfill all of your lumbar support needs.
Yeah, he said, really, you should take 2 bags to work so that you can use 1 for lumbar support.
That's really funny.
Mm-hmm. Sigh.
I've been trying this whole time to think about another TV show that takes a while to get really good. Because whenever I pasted this, my head was like, what TV shows? Parks and Rec, because that's the one I say all the time. And then nothing happened after that in my brain.
I'm so sorry.
Well, now Parks and Rec is taken and The Office is taken.
I know. I might go with Star Trek.
Okay. I mean, that's a wide net you're casting.
Yeah.
Any specific Star Trek?
No, I think this is my chance to do a wide net.
The relationships.
Yeah, my thought is really the Next Generation, because that's the one that gets really good
you have
after
to force
being
people.
Pretty bad.
You have to be like, just get to season 3, just get to season 3. And then they get to season 3 and there's like 5 or 6 really good episodes. And then there's like a sea of fillers again. And so you have to be like, no, stick with it. I promise it gets good again.
Yeah. And then Deep Space Nine, like, doesn't start bad, but it starts bad compared to what it gets to. It's like not the best show in the world or anything at the beginning. It's pretty mediocre, but it gets very, very good. But it's certainly not as bad as The Next Generation started. Yeah. But if you think of Star Trek as a whole, it took one whole series to even start getting good, in my opinion.
It's tough because I feel like I watch TV because it is good and then it gets bad. Is like most of the television that I watch, so it's hard to say. And like if it sucks to begin with, then I probably just don't watch it. So
that's fair.
I struggle giving things a chance to get good.
Yeah, I don't. It's that way with music too, where like if a song comes on and it's bad, I'm like, maybe the chorus will jam. And then the chorus comes on and it's kind of bad. And I'm like, but maybe there's a sick bridge or something. And then the whole song goes by and I'm like, well, that song sucked.
Right.
That's what makes you such a gem of a person.
Whereas me, if I don't like the intro, I'm like, bleh.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I have no patience. That's why
there's
you guys
so much
make
music
such
out
a good
there.
match.
Don't waste time on it. It's true.
Yeah, sure.
He doesn't say that when we're in the car together because I'm just like constantly skipping.
I think we make a wonderful match and we balance each other out. I think that whenever she's skipping songs is a time when I'm like, hey, wait, no, what if it got good?
Wasn't going to get good. I'll save you some time there.
What if... Okay, so think of Rats by Ghost. The whole song is good, but the last 15 seconds of the song are the best. What if it's that situation with a bad song, but... some crazy, really good riff? Then
I would just never know. And what does it matter? Because the rest of the song's shit anyway, and that part only lasts for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but you get to hear it.
But who the fuck cares? Because if I have to sift through 3.5 minutes of garbage to get there, then it's not fucking worth it.
Well,
I feel very passionately about this.
Maybe it can inspire other music.
Maybe. But this is also why I don't have a like music review thing, like a channel or anything. Because
I think you should. I think it'd be really fun.
Short videos.
I would make so many enemies so quickly because I am like one of the most judgmental people that I know. And like I don't want to be a hateful person. Like I want to support other people in the industry, and I hate shows like American Idol where they just like make fun of people who aren't as good as others.
Out there and,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're brave enough to put your stuff out there, like I would literally only want to review bands that I liked their music, just because like I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be that person. And to Devin's point, like while I might not listen to a song the whole way through because I think it's garbage, you have to start somewhere. Like you have to start with crap in order for you to get good. And if some bitch from Maryland gets online blasting your songs, then you might feel less inclined to continue and become an amazing musician. So like I never want to be a person who's putting somebody down and like keeping them from their full potential. So I don't want to do that.
That's nice.
Not in public.
Not in public. My personal opinions are my own. So, but if I ever tell you that I like your music, it is a compliment because I do not dish those out.
I was also going to say maybe Avatar, but I think it starts good.
I thought it started bad.
I don't think it starts bad. It just starts with a different tone. Like that doesn't necessarily make it bad.
See, the thing is, it takes a while to get really good.
I'd say The Legend of Korra.
That starts interesting, and then
but it gets
dragged
much
down
better
by a love triangle. We've talked about these already, so I'm going with Star Trek instead.
All right.
All right, let's go. Son of a gun.
Oh, Sarah, you first.
I was silent screaming. Just like dub in a screaming voice.
Yeah, hold on. I'll get it clean right now. So I'll count to 3, and then you silent scream, and I'll just provide the audio for you. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah!
What the hell was that?
Wait, did it not come through well?
No. It came through like a garbled Yogi Bear.
Oh, man.
I don't even care. I got my points. Oh, I got to get the scoreboard out.
You gotta read it, too.
You have to read it, too.
Okay.
What if...
No one knows what we're talking about.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Parks and Rec first season is a slog to get through. Season 2 onwards is gold, though, said Kiwi Hammer.
Yeah.
It's true. It's the very end of season 2 onwards. It's once Mark Brandanowitz leaves.
Yep. Mark Brandanowitz.
And I would argue that Parks and Rec actually gets good once Andy and April are a unit.
Yeah.
I'll still watch the beginning,
and
though. As soon as Ron Swanson is established is whenever it becomes a real show for me.
But I think that's whenever everything becomes perfect. And it's not because Andy and April are together that it's perfect. It's just that's like the landmark that it all starts to slide together. Some Parks and Rec somehow hits that balance where like every character becomes a caricature, like a larger than life cartoon sort of, but it somehow still works in this world, and there's still characters who you care about, and they're not Flanderized somehow.
No.
I don't know how they did it.
I don't know,
but it's beautiful.
I love I don't know. Like I agree that the first part like isn't the best part, but I wouldn't want it any other way because I feel like it sets up so much quirky, weird shit for like the whole rest of the series, you know? Like there's definitely moments and characterizations. Like I could do without like they totally changed Donna like after I think season 1, maybe before the end of season 1. I'm not sure, but I could do without like weird uptight Donna because I love like treat yourself Donna.
Treat yourself, Donna.
But there's definitely Leslie stuff in there that I really enjoyed regardless, and I think that her weird awkwardness I think is established very well in season 1.
I agree. I think it just took me time like for the characters to really make themselves home in my heart. I don't know. I coming off of The Office, it's hard not to compare them. Yeah. And I didn't want to like it took me several times to like try watching Parks and Rec, and it did just feel like Leslie is Michael Scott, and then it just felt like another workplace comedy by the same showrunner. But then I do really start to love the characters whenever like the whole ensemble does really start to gel when Andy and April are together. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and early Leslie is basically like Michael Scott template. A lot of her humor is awkward humor the whole way through the series, but the first season and most of the second season are like cringe awkward humor.
Yes, it's not as endearing.
Yeah, I think she moves into being endearing, and like she has the biggest heart of anyone on the planet awkward humor.
Right.
Not unlike Michael Scott's transformation too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they basically had the same makeover.
Yeah, although I think like every other character on Parks and Rec, Leslie's was magnified to a huge degree like I think she cares about everything more than anyone could possibly care about anything.
Right. Yeah. Which is why she always wins Christmas. But I think it's funny that you say that about Parks and Rec, because I feel that way about The Office, because I fell in love with Parks and Rec before I ever watched The Office. And it took me several times trying to watch The Office before I made it far enough that I was like, oh, okay, I'm really in it. And people kept telling me to watch it because of Jim and Pam. But the reason that I kept watching them was because of Dwight and Jim. Because they're my favorite relationship in the whole show.
They're my favorite too. Also, I love Angela and Dwight. I think they're amazing.
Yeah, that's sweet. I think that Dwight and Jim have a healthier relationship than Jim and Pam.
Jim and Pam have a fairly toxic relationship.
They have a relationship where it's
a bit cringe.
Full of stuff. Emotional cheating everywhere. Yeah. Kissing whenever you're with someone else. It's bad stuff.
And he bought her a house without telling her.
As sweet as that episode was and as happy as she felt about it, I was like, oh my God, if anyone ever did that, I'd lose my fucking mind.
So would I. Although Billie Eilish, when she was on the Office Ladies podcast, had a very healthy take.
She was actually on it?
Yes, it was so good. It was like 2 weeks ago.
I know she's a mega fan.
Yeah, it was just adorable. Even if you don't listen to the podcast, you should listen to that episode. But they asked Billie what she thought about that moment. Like if she felt like, I don't know if they were asking her if she felt like Jim and Pam's relationship was toxic or just that part. And she said, everybody in their own relationships has rules about what's okay. And I was like,
yeah,
that's a really healthy answer. Because I wouldn't be okay with that at all. But if you know your relationship and you know like the expectations of your partner and what is and isn't okay, I guess, you can't really judge it.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's the truth.
And honestly, I probably would have said that answer is a great answer for Jim and Pam had it not been for what happened to their relationship when they clearly didn't know each other well enough and weren't communicating whenever Jim was trying to work a secret job in Philadelphia, but whatever.
Yeah, I hated that storyline.
We're going to move on to the next answer, but I am going to throw out just a shout out to something that Rainn Wilson did for Billie Eilish. I don't even know what it was for, but it was a YouTube video and he like surprised her and like quizzed her or something on the Office trivia and something. And she was like freaking out the whole time because it's Rainn Wilson. But I'll just say that man is a comic genius after my own heart because he entered the house and was like, okay, I'm here to meet William Eyelash.
Oh, actually, I remember that.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That became a huge meme.
That's awesome.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, 1980 PZX, which sounds like a workout machine, says Breaking Bad. Great show, one of the best, but it took about half a season or better for me to get into it. I haven't watched Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I watched 3 seasons, like twice. I can't get through it either. There wasn't enough good to outweigh the parts of it that were like making me feel so bad.
Very depressing show.
Yeah, just like hard to sit with. And I watched The Sopranos and like I love The Sopranos. I just think it didn't strike the balance for me. I need so much humor and Community.
You should just watch an episode of Malcolm in the Middle in between every episode of Breaking Bad because he's dead.
Oh, yeah, that went over my head.
Yeah.
So.
Did you say Community like the show or like the concept?
I meant the concept.
Cool.
I never really fell in love with Community, to be honest. I admire, I respect it. It's really well done. It's not for me.
Seasons 2 and 3 are some of the best TV ever.
I liked it.
The rest of them is just okay.
I liked it until Troy and Abed weren't together anymore. And then I was like, not worth it anymore, to me, personally. So Outside Mango 6442 says Schitt's Creek, which I started, but I still haven't finished.
It's such a perfect show.
Yeah, I don't think it takes that long to get into Schitt's Creek.
And I watched it like during like heavy pandemic times, and it was such a positive show.
So good. Heartwarming. One of my top, top shows ever.
Yeah, the memes are really good. And also, I can't replicate her accent, but Moira's accent is just the best thing in the world.
Catherine O'Hara completely brought that to Moira. Like she
did.
had so much like creative freedom with Moira, and she just made her perfect.
Yeah, because the accent wasn't something that they expected to happen.
Right.
Like she brought it on her own.
She just knew it felt right.
I wish I could do it, but the way she says "bebe,"
the bebe. Oh yes.
All right, we need to watch Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, we do.
Nikifa661 said, "I'll say it, Buffy. It had some of the most inventive writing on television, and the character growth and development over the course of 7 seasons was amazing. I'm actually binging it right now."
I've actually never watched it.
Neither have I.
Me either.
That makes 3 of us, huh?
Ooh, Pew Diet says The Office first season was bad.
Wow, way to go, guys!
Bad. Come on.
It was pretty
It was
bad.
very cringy. They moved
cringy,
away
yeah.
from trying. I think the problem is a lot of British humor is dry cringe humor.
Yeah.
Or just dry humor. I really love British dry humor.
Me too.
But there's also British dry cringe humor, and the Americans just can't pull it off as well.
Yeah, I think that's
when
the
they
problem.
moved into their own tone, it was a lot better.
I
How
feel
many
like
points is that?
Diversity Day
6
is
points.
its own tone.
6.
Okay, so the scores, Devin is at 40, Lily is at 30 now, and I'm at 32.
Wow, it's anyone's game. Actually, should we talk about it now?
Yeah, let's do to 100. I think that's a good number.
Okay, we've decided that the first person to reach 100 points will reset the scoreboard and become crowned the Nutmaster.
And the Nutmaster may or may not get to don a specific Nutmaster article.
Item.
Yeah, they will be crowned, and it'll be an important ceremony.
Well, it was gonna be a surprise, but I guess
Yeah,
not
really,
anymore.
Devin, God.
I already said
I
will
know.
become crowned.
But they didn't
I
know
thought
it was
maybe
a
they did it-
literal thing till you said
Listen.
it, Devin.
Listen, I'm the editor of this podcast, so I can make it sound like I didn't say whatever I don't want to have said, and then you'll sound like a big dummy.
Wow. I'm shaking in my boots.
You're not wearing boots.
No, I'm not.
Okay, Webmaster Epiphany says, Better Call Saul ramps up so well. Which I also didn't watch because I didn't watch Breaking Bad, so like...
Yeah.
I've heard it's so good. All right, Dracula's Overbite said, I feel like BoJack Horseman fits this. The first season is trying to figure itself out, and then about halfway through, it becomes amazing. I've seen like
Yeah.
episodes
Never
of
watched
that,
that.
but not through.
This is a sad episode of 3 people going, yeah,
Never
I
seen
haven't
it.
Haven't
watched
seen it.
It's probably good.
Although we did talk about what we have seen for a long time.
So Freedom Fighter says The Wire. The first 2 episodes are a bit of a slog. McNulty and Bunk's investigation scene in episode 3 is where the show starts getting good. I haven't watched that either, so...
Yeah, I bet it gets good after episode 3.
I'm surprised you didn't come up with this one, Devin.
Because, okay, so the next answer is Ciani706, and they say The Good Place. And they're wrong because The Good Place starts and ends as a perfect show, and every single episode in between is still a perfect show.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
honestly-
didn't watch it the whole way through, but I also didn't think the first episode was bad, so...
Right. I think it hooks you right away.
The Good Place
Yeah.
manages to do a series-changing, drastic cliffhanger that would be reserved for the season finale of like every 5 seasons in other shows, like every 3 or 4 episodes. And they somehow managed to not jump the shark and just like keep being really good.
Most impressive.
I'll be by the bat phone, said Severance. Disagree. Just enough intrigue to keep me going, and then by the season 1 finale, I was on the edge of my seat and I'm begging for next season. I was hooked on by Severance in the first episode. I thought that was so good.
You know
Oh,
what's funny,
okay.
Devin?
Cool.
Is
What?
2 answers down is Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Aww.
Of all of the Star Treks to pick, you pick the one that actually starts pretty okay.
But it does take some time to get
It does.
really good.
Yeah, I feel like they discovered their potential maybe like halfway through season 1. It's hard to
Yeah.
say. Whenever they started getting into like the Bajoran politics is when it got really interesting.
Yeah, it becomes
So.
such a very, very good show. Lily, wait, never mind. That's 10, right?
Yeah. You good?
Yeah, I don't know where my brain was going because I had a thought and it started and then everything shut off. And I was like,
I heavily relate to that.
Yeah. It was one of those, like, I know that it started with Lily, and then there's a thought, but inside my brain, it's just like,
Beep.
how do I find the parachute? I can't land this plane.
Oh no.
There's no way out. All right. Well, can't remember. So who wants a second nut?
Well, yeah, I mean, the audience expects a second nut, and I feel like if you don't give them one, the ladies are going to be sad.
Good point. Really good point, Lily.
All right, well, here we go. This one's a nice hits home one because of what you brought into the episode.
Oh, you didn't.
I did.
Post by user Mr. Moho3. What is the worst candy? That's really hard.
White
I
chocolate.
have two. Oh, are you kidding me?
Wait, was that yours or do you strongly disagree?
Actually, well, at first I thought I strongly disagreed, but then I thought about it and I was like, have I ever actually enjoyed a white chocolate version of something? And I was like, Kit Kats? No, not really. Reese's Cups? Definitely not.
I hate
I kind of want to say
white
Smarties.
chocolate.
Smarties are fucking chalk.
They are, but they're good. I don't know why. I love me
I have
some
a question.
chalk.
You know the Hershey's Cookies and Cream bar? Is that white chocolate or is that something else?
I don't
I'm
know
not
because
sure.
I can tolerate that. It's like more of a
Yeah,
cream.
I like that.
White chocolate
this
is a
is tough.
completely different taste. I don't know why you would ever choose it. Hunter loves white chocolate. I don't know why we're together at this point.
Oh no, you can't say that.
I'm just kidding.
I feel like I don't remember the names of the candy that I don't like.
That makes sense.
So for me, I'd probably say like butterscotch, like those little old people butterscotches and shit.
I love those
Werther's
Werther's
Originals. That was one of my two.
Ugh, Werther's are fucking gross.
Have you ever had Werther's with the green apple inside of it? So it's like a caramel
No.
apple?
Ew.
Because I don't hate myself.
Gross.
What the hell? You guys are making a horrible mistake. When I was in film school and I like was out of the house truly for the first time, I like didn't know how to feed myself. And all I ever had in the house were Werther's Original. Not Werther's Original, Werther's caramel apple and, you know, Nutella. And then my sister came to visit and she asked what was for breakfast in the morning. And I was like, I have candy. And then she started crying. That's a true story.
I'm changing my answer. Black licorice. That shit is fucking gross.
Ew,
That's
gross.
nasty.
I love black licorice, but that's a popular answer.
Sarah, what is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm the problem. It's me.
I'm gonna say candy corn.
Yes.
Candy corn
Corn's not
sucks.
bad.
Fuck candy corn. No, seriously,
sucks
fuck
the
candy
inside
corn.
of a butthole.
So black licorice, candy corn. What about you, Sarah? Not Smarties or
White chocolate.
Werther's, obviously. Oh, white chocolate. Okay, so we're good.
Oh, all right. The number one answer is a waste.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we can get rid of it, but we should probably still say it.
Okay. Fit Levia said, not sure what it is, but there's a whole fucking bowl at my grandma's house. I love grandma candy.
Grandma candy is good. My great grandma. Oh.
Oh,
My great
my grandma.
Okay, tell me about your fucking grandma. God.
My New Year's resolution was to get better at interrupting people to express my own thoughts.
I think we all have that resolution. We're all doing really, really bad.
No, mine's to get better at interrupting people more.
Oh, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
So he's doing
Oh,
great.
good. Yeah. My grandma used to keep stocked at all times those orange slices, you know, like the sugary, like gummy, like orange slices. They're so good.
Yes, I think they're so good too.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. My great grandma used to have those like little tea berry mints that she used to keep in a little milk glass. Apparently nobody knows what those are, but they're
Yeah, it doesn't
very
sound great.
tasty. Tea berry is very much like a Pennsylvania thing, I think, because they have like tea berry ice cream too. It's like
I've never had that
slightly
either.
minty.
If it's a mint, make it an after dinner mint. You know what I mean? The ones that are like pillow shaped.
I hate those.
And like when you put them,
The
you put them in
Andes
your mouth.
mints?
And no, not those. Those are pillow mints, and those
Andes
are good.
mints
too.
are so good.
No, but the after dinner mints are the ones where like it seems like it's hard, but you start chewing it, and somehow it turns into soft,
Ew.
like melty, creamy
And
stuff. It's real good.
I'll have you know, they've done studies and found traces of urine in those mints because people come out of the bathroom and they don't wash their hands and they take a mint and they rub it on themselves. I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
Why are you taking mints out of a bathroom?
Yeah, also, what restaurant have you been to where you see a bowl of after dinner mints that are unwrapped?
Not me. No. I think not the... I misled when I said... I should have stopped at they don't wash their hands. They come out of the bathroom, they didn't wash their hands. A wrapper's not going to stop you because you open the wrapper and touch with your fingers the candy that you just wiped with.
Wait,
who's not washing their hands before they grab candy?
How is this affecting me?
Because
so you're saying,
go get a mint
so
afterwards.
if I'm following your thing here, you're saying that somebody goes to the bathroom and doesn't wash their hands, and then they go and they get a mint, and then they so they get all of the wrappers covered in pee.
Yeah, and these people exist at an amount, at a level, you know what I'm saying, that there's studies about it. So like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but... Don't eat those mints.
I know that every time the host isn't looking, I always try and get a quick squirt into the bowl.
Ew,
so
you're disgusting.
So it's 1 and 3.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna read the second one.
Jeez Louise.
Bitches.
I was about to say that top answer doesn't count as the top answer.
Great.
So this one counts
because this one's the fucking top, and that's me.
All right, go ahead, read it.
No, I'm just kidding.
This is a big points game.
Yeah, see, Elena says, my mom dips black licorice in baking soda, which is fucking disgusting, by the way.
And ISPCCN underneath says, hey, quick question, what the fuck?
And then Katie Bones says, follow up, why the fuck?
Both
That's
valid.
so gross. Yeah.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's nasty.
First, why would you dip anything in baking soda?
Oh my God.
Man.
To cover up the horrible taste of black licorice.
Can you just eat baking soda, though? Like,
I guess.
I mean, you put it in stuff. I don't know. Can you eat raw baking soda?
It can't be like that toxic for you because it used to be like...
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have like eggs in it.
Yeah, but does it have chemicals in it?
Well, baking soda is sodium bicarbonate. Both sodium and bicarbonate can cause serious toxicity if too much is swallowed. So if anyone's watching or listening at home, don't eat fucking baking soda.
With your black licorice.
Yeah,
with your black licorice.
Don't eat black licorice. I would rather eat a box of baking soda now knowing that it's toxic than eat black licorice. Fearless Link 3464 says Jelly Belly Bean Boozled. Ain't nothing like barf and rotten egg flavored beans.
Ew.
Yeah. Did you guys ever have those?
No, I don't like jelly beans.
I only ever got the ones that are Birdie Bot's Every Flavor beans. They're like the Harry Potter.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Jelly beans.
I thought they were the
because
same.
Because it's like Harry Potter.
Yeah, I know.
But they got chocolate
fucking
frogs and stuff.
Exactly, they have chocolate frogs.
And dirt and earwax
yeah.
and booger.
And none of them.
It's nasty.
None of the Birdie Bot's Every Flavor beans actually tasted like that bad. They were just like, oh, whoops, I got the bad one. Here we go. Let's eat a different one.
I think you just like the taste of earwax and boogers and dirt.
I mean, that's also possible.
Ooh, booger. I never get this.
Also,
delicious.
I may have said on the podcast before, but if I haven't, here we go. And if I have, here we go again. But like, if I like a food, I will eat almost all of the scale of quality of that food. Like if the food is a food I like and it's like, well, here's a garbage version of it, I'm like, it's still good. And it takes a lot for a food that I do like to be considered bad. I'll recognize that it's not good quality, but I'll be like, this is, yep. I do like yum.
I do like yum.
Fair enough. All right. Big Fake Head said, any candy that says extreme sour and then is disappointingly not extremely sour. Burn a hole in my cheek or stop bragging, candy bag.
I want to upvote this. Like, that's totally fair.
Zamboni Man 46. Maybe not the worst, but a candy I used to love was Butterfinger. Then they changed the recipe. They did.
And it's
terrible now.
It's not terrible, but it's not amazing anymore.
Huh.
I'll
yeah.
see it in the checkout line at the grocery store and be sad
sad
because it used to be so good. It used to be like 15 times as good as it is now.
It used to be melt in your mouth delicious.
Yeah.
And like crispy, not like a tacky hard on the inside.
Buttery
that
and
it is now.
flavorful and peanut buttery. It's so good.
I never even considered that they changed the recipe. I just thought I got older and didn't like it as much. I thought I hyped it up as a kid or something.
Rika Tika 71 says they were fun, but waxed lips. They were big, red, and made out of wax. Some even had vampire teeth. Those things are nasty. Somebody else is like, I didn't think those were candy.
No, they're not. That's like saying the casings of those little wax soda things are bad candy.
But they're sold in the candy section.
Yeah, it's true. They are. Also,
Fair.
I've never unwrapped a candy. I just put it straight in my mouth. Urine and all.
Okay, you're not supposed to eat them. You're supposed to wear them like a fun joke and then throw them away.
Yeah, it's not candy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a pretty bad candy then, so it counts.
Motor Anteater 120 said, you know those fake M&Ms that come in those candy canes. Gotta hate those things.
Those are gross.
Fake
The little
M&Ms.
mini
Yeah.
one, the little mini ones.
They taste like tin.
I thought they were M&Ms.
No.
Well, there's mini M&Ms, and those are delicious.
Yeah,
But
I think
there's,
I've only
like,
ever gotten them with
dollar store
real
version.
mini M&Ms. I was spoiled.
They're nasty.
Yeah, I've never had fake M&Ms.
Some people are saying those might be sixlets, which would make sense because I don't like those.
They're not that bad.
I don't know what that is.
They're not good.
They're fake tiny M&Ms, basically.
They don't taste good. They're little round M&Ms that are made of lesser quality candy and chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds bad.
The Road Warrior 28 says it's those little colored candy dots attached to a strip of paper. End up eating paper with everyone. I do remember those.
It's so worth it, though. They were so good.
Yeah, but you get paper every time.
You
like
just
this
have to be
person
better.
says.
You just have to be
do you
better.
prefer urine, Devin?
Yeah.
You
paper
didn't
or
have a
urine.
problem with the urine candy, but paper's where you draw the fucking line.
Also, you've
Well, what
eaten
do you do
paper
with
on this
paper?
podcast, so you can't tell me that bothers you.
You love paper, Devin.
Yeah, but it's not. I love nachos. I don't consider that a good candy.
We got receipts, yo. We got receipts.
All right.
Cycle Jones says turkey dinner candy corn. Devin, that's different than regular candy corn.
Oh.
It's candy corn.
No, it's turkey dinner flavored candy corn.
Why?
That's
It's a thing.
gross.
It's a thing. You know where I actually heard it?
No.
Office Ladies podcast.
That's fucking gross.
Ew.
It's fine. I think we can still
So I don't-
we can still count
Yeah,
it.
I think it still counts.
But it's like a weird
All right.
it's a weird
That's so nasty.
special edition candy corn that they made.
To
I don't
make
know why
people
you would ever
vomit?
do that. Probably.
Induced vomiting.
The only special edition candy corn that I would ever want is no candy corn, like negative candy corn. And it's just different candy. I get
2
3
points?
points.
3 points?
3 points.
3.
Yeah, because we skipped that
Oh, we
one.
cut the first one.
Oh, I'm so angry that this person is saying this for the next one because I actually really like these. Gonna be 150 says circus peanuts. I think if they're fresh, they're delicious. But if they're not,
That
they
old
just taste
styrofoam.
really gross. They're not
Delicious
styrofoam,
delicious styrofoam
but
treat.
they are like pure sugar. So
Oh, those orange things? I hate
Yeah.
those. Those are
They
nasty.
don't taste like anything.
they're delightful.
I think I threw those up. I have like a bad
You throw up a lot of things, Sarah.
Did you get circus peanuts in your friendship bracelet?
Oh, no.
No, I think this goes way back. I wonder if this has anything to do with my actual irrational fear of vomiting. I'm going to have to bring this up to my therapist.
Squirrel Beak says Thrills gum. No, I don't want my gum to taste like soap.
I don't even know what Thrills gum is.
Mm-mm.
I thought you said
But yeah, that's-
squirrel's gum.
Nope.
Also,
That's-
sounds bad.
Squirrel Beak, the poster. But yeah, that's it. That's the whole list.
All right.
I'm catching up to you, Devin.
Yeah.
Yep. Devin's at 43, Lily's at 40, and I'm at 32.
Coming for you, Devin. Coming for you.
Big points episode.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, I consider myself to be a resident candy expert.
What isn't she an expert at?
Oh, no. I definitely consider myself to be more of a candy professional than a music professional. That's how serious I am about my candy.
Wow.
So just don't ask me what's in it.
Have you ever had those little mini sweet tarts?
Yeah.
The little round
I love
ones?
those. They're so good.
Yeah, I had such an addiction to them that I went my
Mini
whole life.
Sweet tarts?
God, they're so good. They're these little like
They're
balls.
so delightful. Mm-hmm.
So good. Chewy, but they are like juicy somehow, but they're not actually juicy. I don't even know how to describe it, but I had such an addiction to them that I think it started hurting my stomach and I got like 4 cavities. I went my whole life without having a single cavity and I started eating these and then I had like 5 cavities. So good, but I'm not
Wow.
allowed to have them anymore. Sad.
Well, you're an adult. You're allowed to have
Yeah, you
anything you
can-
want now.
They tell me that I'm not supposed to eat the things that I eat, but I do it anyway. So
Yeah, but it starts to hurt my teeth.
Don't tell anyone that I know, and don't tell anyone that I'm telling you. But you could do what you want.
And then I get a toothache.
Now that you're a grown up, you can stay up as late as you want and eat all candy.
Yeah, but the problem is you could do that when you're a kid and get away with it. Now, when you're an adult, it will literally just eat your whole stomach lining and murder you forever.
I should have rebelled more as a child.
Right?
When there were no real repercussions.
Could take it then.
Yeah, it's true. All right. It's time to put on your assholes. That'll make for a great transition in the edit. All right, it's time to put on your assholes.
All right. Posted by... What?
I just think it's kind of funny when no one says anything after he says it.
Yeah, I do something and like the episode's just gonna be like, all right, it's time to do this, and then just me waiting like, and then the two of you just like.
If I knew how to make cricket noises, I would.
Posted by Big Red 0603. Am I the asshole for beating my coworker's kid at Super Smash Bros? So this happened at a small Halloween get-together I went to with a few work friends. A lot of them are older than me, 28, and are at a point where they have kids, like the person whose house we were at. They're somewhere in their 50s. I don't know the exact age, but they have a few kids, the youngest of which was like 8 or 9 and was at the party. The kid was just bored and trying to do something. His dad mentions that I might play some of the games he does. And yeah, sure enough, we both play Smash Brothers, because who doesn't? Kid asks if I want to play a game, and I'm bored, so I agree. This is where I totally wipe the floor with kid, like no contest at all. He tries several different game modes and rules to try and get a win in, and he takes the L every time. After a few losses, he's getting visibly frustrated. His teenage sibling tries to keep him calm, to no avail. I just keep letting the kid play me as long as he wanted to. I wasn't particularly egging him on or anything either. I would just ask if he wanted to go again. Eventually, the kid has a mini tantrum, and his dad has to stop what he's doing to scold him and send him to bed. It was a little awkward for everyone. No one ever put blame on me directly, but I could kind of tell from the vibe in the rooms they low-key blame me for the outburst as well. And there were lots of small comments saying things like I was a little harsh, or asking why I couldn't just let him win one, or why I wouldn't stop playing with him after he started getting mad. I just told him I was having fun and left it at that. I'll admit to not being the best read on social situations, but I feel like none of the blame should be put on me at all. I don't feel particularly obligated to go easy on him just because he's a kid. I'm not like a go-to-tournament Smash player, but I'm at least decent at it, and I didn't hold back at all while playing him, which I didn't see an issue with, but reading the room afterwards, it seems like maybe I should have. Am I the asshole?
Nah, fuck them kids.
I don't know. I kind of think he is, because when it seemed like the kid was getting visibly frustrated, he should have been like, I think I'm done. Do you want to play something else? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he obviously knew he was getting visibly frustrated. He said that he could tell that he was getting visibly frustrated. So don't keep doing this. I know he doesn't have kids, but I don't think that he was intentionally an asshole, but I think he was the asshole, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that a weird part is whenever near the end, he said, I just told them I was having fun and left it at that.
I've been in that exact situation, and when the kid starts to get visibly frustrated, that ain't fucking fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Self-preservation.
But a less than 10-year-old child who is starting to get visibly frustrated because they keep losing, that is not fun. Like, we had this exact situation with Lily and Violet, and we stopped. We were like, hey, let's do something else. Because that's not fun.
So I'm not the greatest video game player ever, but I'm certainly not bad at most video games that exist. And like, if I'm just winning, it's not fun for me. It doesn't even matter if it's a kid or something, or if it's just like one person who's like a sore loser or anything, even if it's just like somebody who is the best sport about it. Like, if I'm just winning the game, I'm like, this isn't really fun. So I want to do something else. And usually that translates into, instead of trying to win, trying to do something that is the goofiest thing that will make me laugh at myself, which clearly this guy wasn't doing with Smash Bros.
Oh, you mean like that time at my New Year's party when we played that game I couldn't understand and I got really, really, really mad, and everyone changed the rules so that I could have a better time.
Well, that's a board game, and that's a different scenario.
So not.
I don't think this guy was wrong for like not going easy on him. Like, he's not obligated to. It's not his kid. I'm just saying that like when he could sense that the kid was getting really frustrated with it at that point, he should have been like, hey, I don't think I want to play anymore, blah, blah, blah. Instead of like, you want to go again or whatever. I know he wasn't egging him on, but like the kid's going to keep trying to win and keep getting mad and then he's going to tantrum. That's what kids do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, you shouldn't go easy on kids unless it's like an Easter egg hunt, because there's all those stories of like kids who turn into like brats who are surprised that things are hard whenever they grow up. You shouldn't go easy on a kid just because they're a kid. Instead, you should maybe try a cooperative mode or something.
Right.
Like even in Smash, just like do teams against computers.
That's a great point, is the fact that they have that as an option. Why didn't they do that instead? Like, why did you have to do versus? And like, you could have just done it together and played against the CPU. Like, that makes me extra think he's an asshole, because he's played Smash enough and is an adult and would have known that.
Cooperative modes are great for almost any situation, but especially if there's a big gap in skill level, because then you're not going against each other. Whoever is worse can get like held up by whoever's better, and whoever's better can have an additional challenge because the team has a worse player on it. It's like a win-win-win.
Yeah. Hunter and I were playing Mario Kart when I got it for the Switch. And I was like playing by myself for a long time first. And I beat like the whole game and I thought I was so good. And then Hunter was like, "You want to like play at the same time on the TV?" And then like I got another set of the joystick thing so we could have like 2 controllers.
Yeah.
And I just kept losing and I just kept getting maybe too mad about it. And maybe I got too mad and maybe threw a tantrum. So then we also had to play on cooperative mode.
So wait, is this Hunter posting this and he just like made the whole story up? Should I have gone easy on her? I don't think it was my fault.
I got sent to bed.
He originally posted, "Am I the asshole for beating my girlfriend at Mario Kart?" And then he was like, "Wait, that's too specific. They do a podcast about this. Coworker's kid, Smash Bros."
Yeah. I might be a sore loser or something. I don't know. Something to think about. Lots of stuff coming out about me today. I feel like in like all jokes aside, I also would not have kept winning. But my reasons are twofold. One, because like, yeah, it's just mean. And like, if the kid gets visibly upset, I just like wouldn't be able to handle that. It's too awkward. Then afterward, how awkward is that when everyone at the party is mad at you?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
For that alone, I would just avoid. I gave the kid a present.
I just make it a general rule to avoid social situations, and then
just don't go to the party at all. Problem solved.
Don't talk to people, including kids and adults.
Life pro tip, and you answered the question.
But yeah,
I like to think that I'm a good sport at games, especially. Like, I don't mind losing games, but
he's a much better sport than I am, that's for sure.
Yeah, if I'm playing a game and like I'm losing a bunch, I can get frustrated a little bit. It never lasts or anything, but what frustrates me is if like somebody's a sore winner.
Oh yeah.
If like I'm losing and stuff, like I can brush it off easily, but if someone like rubs it in, like not in a jovial way, like we're clearly friends.
I've also stopped playing a video game with a child who was like kicking my ass at a game and over again, and he started being really mean about it and like gloating and stuff, and I was like, well, this isn't fun for me because you're being mean, so I'm gonna stop playing now.
You stood up to that bully. Good job, Lily.
Yeah, he was bullying me. I'm like 20 years older than that fucker.
So what's our consensus here?
I don't think he was doing it on purpose, but I do think he was the asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
situationally.
I think he could have been more situationally aware, and I think he's using his not being the best read on social situations as an excuse to be dense about it, personally.
Yeah. It's also like a pick on someone your own size thing. Be the bigger person.
Yeah.
Or
right.
do something that's actually fun instead of having fun when somebody else isn't. All right. Well, let's wrap it up with a very important life pro tip request. Somebody on the internet has a burning question that they need figured out.
Oh my gosh, I've got this.
Exact crew to answer.
I have got this.
I figured.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, same.
Posted by Jeffries02 says, life pro tip request, how to take care of clothes so they last longer. Okay, listen, I have a list. Number 1, If you're going to have your significant other wash your clothes, you better give them fucking detailed instructions. You got to be reading those tags. Even when the tag says that you can put it in the dryer, oftentimes, if it is of a certain texture, you are going to want to hang it dry anyway, because otherwise
yeah, I'm actually going to
pill.
interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you. I agree with that first one very much. You have to give your significant other explicit instructions. Those instructions do not include read the tag. Those instructions include never ever look at the tag no matter what you do, because that tag is wrong 72% of the time.
It's so true. First of all, sweaters, never ever put a sweater in the dryer. If it looks like it could be a sweater material, don't put it in the dryer. You always lay those flat to dry, even if it says that you can put it into the dryer. My jeans, I don't put in the dryer. I wash them inside out to keep the color, and then I hang them on my little drying racks that you can find on Amazon or like Walmart or wherever. Anything that are like work pants or anything, mostly it's just don't put shit in the dryer. Like hang it dry, and be careful what you're washing it with. Make sure that you're using like delicate detergent and washing it on the right cycle. And apparently people aren't separating your clothes anymore. That's some horse shit. Separate your clothes. Make sure your whites are washed separately, your lights are washed separately, your brights are washed separately, your darks, your jeans, your blacks.
Wow, that's a lot. I just do.
It's a lot.
It's
whites,
so much.
Colors, and I do whites, lights, and darks. And then if Hunter's doing the wash, he just throws it all in together and washes it on cold. And everything has been okay since we've had like several talks about what can and can't go in the dryer. Nice. Relatable.
That's always the thing.
Yeah, whenever I'm washing just men's clothing, I'm like, oh yeah, time to do the laundry. This is easy. Everything goes in the washer. Everything goes in the dryer all at the same time. And then I have fresh, all of my clothes are clean. But if women's clothes get mixed in a little bit, I'm always so frustrated whenever I'm taking clothes out of the washer. Like sorting them and putting them in, fine. It's easy to do. But every time I take them out of the washer, I just get angry just because like the first whatever double digits of years of my life have been like, boom, boom. Where now I pull something out of the washer and I'm like, I can't dry this. Gotta find space to hang it. Can't dry this either. I'm like, why?
Yeah, but
we can.
Some of your clothes can't go in the dryer either, including the shirt that you're wearing right now. You have to be careful with that stuff.
I imagine you guys just like putting your stuff in the laundry, like the washer or the dryer, and like striking a match off your shoe and just throwing it in there and just like, walking along on your merry way as everything just explodes behind you.
That sounds great. I wish
that's
honestly.
How laundry would work. Because like all of the technological advances that society has made, and we're still hanging clothes on a dryer like we're trying to figure out how wheels work.
Yeah.
Oh, also, ladies, put your bras in a bra bag before you put it in the washer. They'll last longer.
That's some good tips. Sarah, do you have a tip?
Yes. Also, don't hang any of your knitwear. So, like, if you have a knit, like a sweater or something cashmere, all of that gets folded for me. And they reiterated on New Girl. And that's how I was like, I told you.
That's a good show.
To myself. I don't know who I was talking to when I said it, but...
I have an answer as well. How to take care of clothes so they last longer. Don't wear them.
Go naked. Join a nudist colony.
Yep, that's the tip. Join a nudist colony. Thanks for listening to Only Mostly Thread. You know the drill. If you like us, you can follow us on socials at Only Mostly Thread. And if you super like us, check that box. Yes, consider supporting us on Patreon because that would make you the coolest person on the whole planet. And there's like lots of bonuses that you can get, like Discord access or uncut episodes or whatever your heart desires.
And thank you so much to everybody who's listened to us and liked us and stuff so far. We really appreciate the support.
Yeah.
And please tell your friends how funny we are.
Or tell them how much you hate it. I don't care. Hate watch us. Hate listen.
Lock your enemies in a room with 6 phones playing our episodes.
And then tell us that you've done it, and we'll record a special episode for your enemies.
Ooh, okay. I like that. Yeah. I like that.
I'm still Devin.
I'm still Lily.
I'm still anxious. Lee Sarah.
And that's...
In case, I don't know. I'm anxious about my outro now, so
yeah, well, you're working on the resolution of interrupting people as well.
Oh,
feels shame.
Is it over?
No. My shame?
No, I meant the episode.